This video's got a whole lot in it. We're looking at the new little box set from Kato, the Amtrak F40PH with 3 Superliner cars with it. It's a great value, and I'm going to show you guys. We're going to install DCC and sound in it from Soundtracks, and then we're going to run it on my layout. There is a lot going on in this video, so if you just want to see certain parts, I'm going to go ahead and list the time codes right here so that you can jump straight to that. Let's get into it. This is a great value in my opinion. I picked this up for about 140 bucks, and you can see it's the Amtrak F40PH and Superliner 1 Phase 3. So you got an F40 right here, and then you also have 3 cars. You have a sleeping car, a coach baggage car, and a regular coach car. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is not one of the bookcase sets. This is that you'll sometimes see with these sets. But it's still a really, really nice set. It also has a little bit of paperwork right there, but we'll go ahead and get into this. So let's go ahead and pull everything off right here. And this is a good thing to keep right here to store all this as well, because it doesn't have jewel cases or anything like that. Let's go ahead and pull out the F40PH. Good looking, a lot of molded on detail, but some separately applied stuff that you can see. Very crisp paint lines. We'll take a closer look at this, but still it's very crisp. It has very good, it's got that Phase 3 paint scheme, which looks really, really good. And then we have the sleeping car, which you can see, obviously, it has a very similar arrangement to some of these cars. You just have a few different windows right here, and I can actually open this up and we can take a look at it, because I've actually slept on one of these before. And you can see right here, you can see the arrangement. It is accurate to a Superliner coach. It also has, you can see the strips here for if you wanted to do lighting, and you've also got the contacts for that as well. But you have all the roomettes back here. When I did an overnight trip on Amtrak, I stayed in this roomette right here. But you got all the roomettes up here, and then all the more standard rooms. The only thing I don't see, and I think it's just because of everything in here, is usually back in the back here. That's where one of the large suites is, but that's what you got right here. And then the bathrooms are typically right here. So, and I may have been on a Superliner too. But that is that, and we can put that on right there. Very easy to slip back on. Again, not much detail on the bottom, but I'm not too worried about that. We can go ahead and go here. This is the coach baggage car. The difference between this and the regular coach car, you can see it has the spot for baggage and has the door on both sides. That is just a molded on door, so it is not functional. And we can go ahead and open this one up too. Let's take a look and just see what we got, if I can get it out of the thing. There we go. Took half of it at least. And there we go. This actually has one alignment pin right there, so you'll know you're going the right way. And I can snap those back, and you can see those contact strips for the LEDs, or for the lights that you would put in here. And then I am just going to slip that back on. And then we got the standard coach. We'll go ahead and open that up as well. And you can see in the standard coach as well, we have these seats down here, kind of a lounging area, and then we have the more of the standard coaches going, the seats right there, and then the stairwell and everything for that. So that is those 3. And what we're mainly going to focus on now is we're going to focus on the engine. We're going to go ahead and pull this out, and we're going to be working on this. We're going to be not only doing DCC, but we're going to be doing DCC sound. This is actually one of the few in-scale engines out there that Soundtracks makes a specific decoder for. I've got it right here. It is the TSU KN1, and you can see specifically it says it's for the F40PH, along with the Kato E and F units and the PA and the P42 units. So this is something you can put in, and the thing that I like about this one is it comes with everything you need. You're going to need to put in the lights, but it has the speaker and the speaker wire and everything, so you don't need to buy anything else. This is a kit, basically. So the first thing we need to do, though, is we're going to need to open up this locomotive. Now, like most other engines for Kato, it just pops right off right here. The shell will pop right off. So the shell pops right off. This also pops off. I'm going to go ahead and take that off just for making things easier. And then we got the light board right there with the 2 LEDs. And we're going to go ahead and remove that. And the way that you do that is it has this little thing right here, this little pin. You can just pull that right out. And then it has these 2 tabs. And we're going to open those up. We should be able to pull the light board right off. And you can see it's just circuit pathways right there. And then we're going to need to put, that's where the decoder is going to go. Now again, this is a kit from Soundtrax, and I absolutely love everything that it comes with. We can see this right here. We of course have your decoder. We have 2 LEDs for front and rear. We also have some wire for the speakers. We have a stretch of Kapton tape, which we are going to need, so that's very important. And then we got our mini sugar cube speaker, a little tiny one, with several different size baffles depending on what we're going to do. So this is basically everything you need minus a soldering iron. So let's go ahead and get to this. If we flip this decoder over, we can see we have all the information, and we have the positive and the negative right here. Now, typically in an LED, you'll have these 2 connecting things right here, and this is the anode and the cathode. And the anode, which is the positive, is going to be your longer of the 2. So we can see right here that we have, this is the back and this is the front, because that's where the connection point is. And so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and take this, make sure we're getting it on the right side, and we're going to slip it in right there, bend it, and then we're just going to leave it right there for just a second. And what I'm going to do, and we're just going to take a little blip of solder. There we go. Then I can come back over here with some wire nippers, getting these out of the way, and I just cut them. You can get right up against there with these flush cutters. Bam. Now there's something important about Kato wide bodies we need to take into account. So now these right here, these are the pickups for the tracks right here. So these are the rails. You can see right here we have these 2 tiny tabs. Those are the power connections for the motor, and you can see they can touch. Now if you're doing DC, that's not a problem, because that's essentially where it's going to go, and the light board is literally just for the lights. But if you're doing DCC, you need to isolate these, or otherwise you're going to get a short. So that is why Soundtrax includes a little piece of Kapton tape. Now Kapton tape is a fantastic little thing, and basically it'll do the electrical isolation for us. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to try to, we need to really just, what I like to do is wrap these, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do this with this particular setup. Let me see here if I can get this to release. Oh yeah, never mind, this is easy. We got to take these little plastic covers off right here. These are what are holding everything in place. So we just pop those right off. Put that over there with the engine. And I think we can just do the front and peel it back and then do the Kapton tape cut. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to slide that right under there. And all this has to do is block that motor connector from touching this pickup. That's the only thing. So it doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be perfect. That's the only thing it has to do. I don't want to break that motor connection either, but so that will do. Now you do want to be careful with these. I do like that Kato has this clip, because it used to not, and it used to be a lot harder. Has a convenient arrow right there. And there we go. That is part 1. Now we can just do the really easy part of this, which is just simply dropping the decoder in, which goes right here. See how easy that was. I'm about to do some soldering, but you do not have to do this. You're going to take that little tab and just pop it right in. Make sure it has both the tabs on there, and it should just click right in. Now that will technically hold it, but in my experience, it doesn't always do it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of extra. And we're just going to solder those connections. Careful not to melt the plastic, although you might. And now your decoder is installed. Okay, while we're soldering, we're going to do a little bit of speaker wire soldering. So I've got some purple wire right here, which is one of the standard colors for speaker wire in model railroading. Now, because this is so small, I'm going to tin the pickups. And then we'll tin this a little bit as well. And that should make this a quick little hookup. All right, there's one. Put a little speaker back here. And tin these, you gotta be careful because there's a magnet in these and sometimes they can just jump on you. A little bit of solder on there. Now, there's one thing that I absolutely love about soundtracks, and there's some others that do this too, but all the sounds you need, provided you buy the decoder with the right profile, have all the sounds loaded, so no special hardware needed to program these. I need to change three things. That is the driver, the horn, and the bell. The driver, I am picking EMD 645E 16-cylinder turbo. Then I am picking the Nathan K5LA bell, and then the EMD 1 medium slow bell. If you're programming this by adjusting CVs and you're not using JMRI, CV122 is your bell selection with values of 0 to 49. CV123 is your prime mover selection with the value of 3 being your CV value for 123. And then your air horn is going to be CV120 with a value of 4. All right, let's take this thing to the layout. I've said this before, but these little box sets are amazing. I absolutely love them. They're really great for building your locomotive and rolling stock fleet relatively fast. They both come with a good DCC ready locomotive and 3 to 4 cars depending on which set you buy. And they're all right around $150, which in my opinion is a really good value for what you get. Now you can check this one out in the description below. I've also got another one that I've worked on way back linked right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.